Hey, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Much love and appreciation. Uh, I am curious to see what's going to happen with the trucking industry. Talking with some of my friends, I hear that the trucking industry may not be affected, by all of this corona stuff going on right now. But I just had one of my military friends tell me that it's a good possibility that they'll do at least a 2 week where everything kind of has to shut down, and then like slowly but surely like different levels of things will come back. And I don't know. I'm just I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that right now. I've been asked a lot. Like people are asking me, well, how am I preparing myself because I'm out in it, from shipper to shipper and things like that. Um, I just make sure I make sure my immune system is up to par, and I make sure that keep my truck clean. So I have invested like in a lot of those wipes, the Clorox wipes, and the Clorox spray to keep the floors clean and clean my dashboards and stuff like that. Um, I was talking with one of my sisters because usually to keep my hands, I make my own hand sanitizer. So I have hand sanitizer on the truck. I like mine better because it doesn't dry my hands out because I put a little almond oil in mine to just keep my hands from drying out from the alcohol. Uh, so I use that. Um, but like if I'm doing like a lot of touching, I was like wiping my hands off with those baby wipes first, and then I'll put the hand sanitizer on. But my sister gave me another good idea to put the alcohol on the wipes, on the baby wipes first, and that way it'll like keep me from having to do two different separate things. So which I already have this stuff on the truck. Praise Yah about this. I had 91% alcohol. I have actually three of them on my truck because I use it in the wintertime for my antifreeze to keep my antifreeze from freezing up. And then I also, like on the days when it's real cold, I'll put it across my window, my blades, my windshield wipers to keep the lines from frosting over. So they were already here on the truck, so it wasn't nothing for me. The wipes were here, the alcohol was here, so that was a good concept. I really appreciate her for that advice, that she gave me as far as that's concerned. Um, Another thing I do, I mean, everybody's concerned like with their hands. When I come in contact with other people, I tend to wash my face a lot too. So I would take that same wipe and I would wash my face with the alcohol on it. I would wash my face and then I would wash my hands with it. And that I use like a hemp lotion for it. Now, how am I boosting my immune system? Um, But one thing I'm gonna treat it like I was one of those people that ended up catching SARS when SARS had came through a couple of years ago. Ooh, ooh, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. But one two things I learned not to do was to load up on cold medicine because the cold medicine actually made me sicker because it was raising my blood pressure up too much. So I was having like my blood was too thin, so I was starting to like have nosebleeds, and I was actually even bleeding out of my eyes. It was horrible. I was scared to death. I ain't lying. I was so scared. But I got through it, and one thing I do remember from the last time was pushing lots of fluid, pushing lots of vitamin C, and raising my temperature in a natural way versus with medication. And a natural way to raise up your body temperature a little bit is like um, ginger and lemon. That is I take ginger lemon shots. I'm in Chicago right now. So I went over to the Pete's and I had them make me up some And I see when I asked for it, the lady asked me what was it for, and I told her, well, the ginger is good for raising up my especially in this area, because they're saying that this is the area that this virus is attacking. So it raises up my sinuses and the temperature in my sinuses. All of this is going to get really warm, and all of this is going to get really warm. And so I just had the guy hook me up with that, and I just take a shot. It ain't for the faint of heart. If you can't really take the shot of lemon and ginger, it's just lemon juice and ginger juice. It's like I'm gonna say 50-50, but I like mine more like a 75-25. 75 ginger, 25% lemon. But 50-50 was like that would actually be, it's not as, because if you're not really used to taking ginger juice, it is very harsh and it burns. It's going to be really strong going down. But if you do a 50-50 split, you can take it as a shot. And I take a shot of that a couple of times a day as needed, because I don't know, I felt a little like a little cold coming on. So I wanted to like start implementing that a little bit more. So I upped it from 2 times a day to 4 times a day. I do one like every 6 hours, take a shot. And I see it's getting better. All of this is starting to clear out, because, that's what this ginger really is good for. It's really good for raising up that your nasal cavity, because of the scent. The scent is warm. It's just really warm. So all of this area all the way down, you're just going to get really warm. So that's good. I invested in some celery juice. I'm an avid celery juice drinker. I believe that it is a good natural detoxifier. So it's good for like knocking out stuff. I got me some kimchi, because your natural defense is all in your gut. So if you raise up your defenses in your gut, you have a better chance of fighting everything off. So for me, I went and I got me some kimchi, some natural probiotics. I don't like to take the pill form of the probiotic. I like to do my probiotics on a more natural scale. So I'm going to be taking a couple of bites of those. Got me some more vegetables and fruit and survival food, water, because I don't know if I'm going to quarantine myself on this truck or if I'm going to go home. So I just wanted to make sure I had enough stuff here in case I decide to just hang out 2 weeks here. Hang out 2 weeks. I might still go home and just hang out in the truck. I got to see what I'm feeling like first. So, I don't know. Because I don't want to bring stuff home to my kids, because, well, she's not quarantined, but I know her school, they just sent all their kids home. And so she's there and she goes to work. But I don't want. I am in more contact with people like state to state, where she is more in contact with people in that city. So it's a difference, in that, because I could be bringing, transferring stuff back and forth. You never know. You just try to stay as safe as you can, because I know they just implemented where we don't have to like give our IDs to the shipper anymore. We can just show it to them now. The paper back and forth, like if we're dropping off, we could sign off on it for them. That way there doesn't have to be any like sharing of the pens and paper passing and things like that. So they're making ways where we don't have to really, where we can like keep ourselves at a safer distance from other people. But in all cases that don't happen, because you are going to have, especially if you're going to get loaded and unloaded, you are going to have to open your doors, bump your dog, not less than, some places they put the seal in the paperwork in the back, some places don't. It just depends on whatever protocols people are putting in place with their company. The place where I'm at right now, I am at a plastic place, and they're making I'm getting ready to take over some caskets, the little casket liners, I guess that's what they're called. They're little black, they're black, like hard plastic caskets. So I'm waiting on them to get that order ready, and then I'm going to be taking that in to Tennessee. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know. I see some places are trying to some like I'm getting like little text messages from um, like car note and mortgage places and stuff like that, trying to see if you need help, that they can defer your payments for you for a couple of months. So that was cool to know. Right now, I don't know. Right now, I don't think I need it. I'm gonna wait and see what happens with the trucking company first. See what happens out here on the roads. If when they do the stop, are they going to be stopping the trucks? Also, are we going to be quarantined to our trucks if we are like still rolling? They can't do a whole shutdown and the truck's still just going back and forth. So I don't. They're probably going to have the truckers quarantined to their trucks. Um, I don't know how they're going to do that. I mean, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. But I'm stocked. I'm stocked. I got fresh stuff in today. I had like survival stuff, like when it gets down to the nitty gritty. You know, I got my canned greens and canned vegetables and stuff like that. But today I was able to go and find me some fresh spinach and some fresh carrots and bell peppers and stuff like that. So I can do me like a small stir fry tomorrow over some rice. Um, I'm gonna be looking forward to that. Today I had me some salmon and some white sauce. Um, Salmon and white sauce with pasta noodles. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still like hanging in there. I'm trying to get off of the having other people make my food, because right now I think I don't really I should not be like eating at restaurants right now, because this could be like the third wave or the fourth wave of people that are infected that don't even know that they're infected yet. And that's the beauty of this virus is it can hang without you knowing for a long time, and that's what happens. And by the time you start getting your symptoms, it's in there real good, because it's like I don't know, I call it like a little rat. It's hiding in the corners where your antibodies can't find it. Because if they felt it, if they sensed it, if it was like anywhere else in your body, they would come and get it. But it's hanging in your cooler parts of your body, so your antibody it has a chance to grow and get stronger. And then once it gets stronger and it gets down in the lungs, then it's causing havoc. So the key is to get it out as soon as you can. Get it out of your body as soon as you can. I don't know. I have these heat little goggle things. I use them like to help with my eyes, because I have like chronic dry eyes. So I use it to help with my eyes. But I used it last night just to like warm up my sinuses. I did that and see how that worked. Today was like the day I felt sick when I started doing that. When I didn't do nothing, I felt fine. And then today, I don't know, I just started feeling this little, because I was really working out my sinuses yesterday. So I don't know if that was me, like, did I over-phlegm? Is they a little irritated? But I just still use my precaution and got my ginger and lemon juice. Anyway, so, but, I don't know. I'm gonna keep ripping and running in these streets and trying to keep myself as safe as possible. And I hope you guys do the same thing too. Peace.